you're a Jew. What's going on, everybody? Joshua Pinard here.
What's up, man? Mans and lads and lasses. That's
Yeah,
the right
I'm Joshua
terminology.
Pinard from the podcast, and
I'm Robert Vincent McCory,
yeah,
the fourth.
you say your entire full name. I don't say my full name.
Yeah,
Anybody wondering? My middle name is Michael, so Joshua Michael Pinard.
I think I actually knew that.
Yeah, but anyway, what's on the checklist? Oh yeah, begging for
Well,
followers.
well,
You should do that.
do it.
Follow the Instagram page and download this episode of the podcast because I would really like that. Robbie,
Yes.
you were talking about something before this. Was it protesting?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Protests. Well, I guess they're considered protests. It's not like marches in the streets. They're just kind of sitting on the corner with signs. So near my house, there's like an intersection. At that intersection, people love to protest. And
Oh,
there's been a bunch of Black Lives Matter protests. There's been a lot of those recently.
you said
Um,
Trump
there's
ones?
also been Trump protests, which is interesting to
That's
the least.
that's weird.
I saw it today.
Really? Wait,
Yeah,
like your morning walk, and you just saw a bunch of people protesting?
no, me and my mom were just driving around. And they were
Oh,
there was a good amount of people. I mean, good amount of people for that type of protest. There was like three or four. Um, and they had a ton of signs and like a giant van.
oh,
The other protests, the Black Lives Matter ones, they had like probably six or seven. Um, all of them had like cardboard signs. I think that's become the thing. Like if you're in a Black Lives Matter protest, you got a cardboard sign.
certain
You notice that?
groups get certain signs.
Yeah.
Trump ones get paper signs. Black Lives Matter ones get cardboard shit.
They're always like, blank cardboard with black marker. I've noticed that.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's like,
Um
yeah.
and one time I was standing in the protest. I mean, I wasn't protesting, but I was just standing there waiting to cross the street. And some guy drives by with the window down and just shouts at the top of his lungs, "You're a communist." I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's not. Yeah. No. Well, that's kind of what you get for living in the suburbs of a city, or just anywhere in a city in general.
He just screamed it at the top of his lungs. I was like, "Oh,
I've
this
had
dude's got some strong feelings."
I've had a couple of strange run-ins with people when I was in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, in a middle school field trip for eighth grade. I went to Philadelphia, like for a few days, and there was a fucking. It was like a city, so there was like a horse and carriage. One of them, this guy when the horse stopped, he jumped out and he looked. He pointed at me and said, "Your mother's a whore."
oh,
I,
okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he actually stole that damn horse and carriage because he didn't seem right.
what?
Because
What even is that?
I don't know, because most of those guys driving those things they have like suits on, they have like fancier clothing. He just had like a fucking black hoodie and cargo shorts, and looked like an addict.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a weird experience in Philadelphia.
Philly seems like it's a weird place.
It's a weird place. It was also hot as hell. It was
Yeah.
it was already 90 degrees, and it's in like a fucking city, so it's like 10 times
It's
hotter.
those, yeah, it's those dang microclimates.
Yeah. I'm
All the concrete's absorbing all the heat and making everything like a million degrees.
Yeah. And I remember I looked at it when we were at Beaver Hollow. I was like going through weather and stuff, and I saw Philadelphia. It actually reached the hundreds.
Jeez.
I wasn't really surprised, but I was like, damn, I feel bad for them people.
When I went there in like April of like I was in eighth grade. So what was that like? That would have been 2019.
Yeah.
Um, I was. It was pretty cold,
Really?
which was surprising. It was pretty cold, yeah.
Well, April's kind of like the transitioning from winter into spring. So,
But I would have expected it to be a lot warmer.
Yeah, yeah.
It was still in like the 50s and
Hmm.
60s.
Yeah.
Which I mean, 60s is pretty nice, but I thought it was pretty cold then.
Yeah. When I was in Philly, we went to the Rocky Stairs. I think that was the hottest place during the entire thing. The Rocky Stairs were insanely hot. And the water, they had like, there's like a, it's like a, now it's like a bullshit museum. There's like a fountain in the middle. After like the stairs, you go walk like 10 feet, there's like a fountain. The water from the fountain was warm.
Oh, jeez.
Exactly, that's probably not good. But yeah.
Do
Philadelphia.
you have any protests in Madison?
No, I never get protests, and even going into town, I never see anybody with protest signs.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
New Hampshire is not really diverse. It's like ranked number 2 in the least diverse. We talked about this in an episode.
Oh yeah, the whitest of the white.
Yeah, New Hampshire's pretty damn white. More,
It's I mean, not New York. Maine's the only one above you, isn't it?
yeah, I think that's like the most non-diverse state in the U.S. Maine. I think that one is like,
It's weird.
yeah, Maine is like more than 95% of its people are like Caucasian people. Cock. And
Oh.
what's going on with my life?
Uh,
I'm a 15-year-old boy, and I'm laughing because I said Caucasian really slowly.
no, I'm laughing at it.
Our generation is it. I don't know. It's quite weird.
I tell you, if we ever go to a war, Gen Zers are going to be running into the battlefield screaming "Pickle Rick,"
Oh,
something
yeah.
stupid like.
I saw a fucking Doom Eternal meme. You know, like that scene where you're like facing off with your first Marauder,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and you know how the Marauder talks. Basically, the Marauder was saying, "Doom Slayer,
yeah.
I kid you not. He turns
Oh my god.
funniest shit in years." I thought that was hysterical. And the Doom guy threw like Samuel Hayden into the portal. He was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Yelling at the top of his lungs because he didn't want to be thrown in there. Didn't even try the voice on that one, but I thought that Doom. I'll send it to you on Instagram if I find it.
Is there even a Doom guy voice?
Yeah, he talks.
Yeah, I forget.
He talks in like Sentinel Prime when you're like going through all or like one of the levels where you go through like a ton of flashbacks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He talks. That's where like I think he first talks. He says like "rip and tear until it is done" and some bullshit like
Gets all creepy and messed up.
yeah. And it's
I
like,
saw a meme that was like talking about the lore, and it was like Halo fans, and there's two people talking about how they like loved the lore, and then there was two people talking about Doom lore, and one guy goes, "What the heck's going on?" And the other one goes, "I don't know."
Doom isn't. I don't think it's really known for its lore, even though the story in Doom Eternal was pretty good, somewhat. The bosses were iffy, but that's a Doom game.
I don't know if that game's literally just meant to get people's anger out.
Yeah. Although on my Nightmare run, I beat Kanye. I call him Kanye Maker. I beat Kanye Maker on my first try.
I'm assuming that none of our viewers know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking. Well, probably the Doom Eternal because I mentioned it, but whatever.
Yeah, but I don't think they know what Doom Eternal is.
Whatever. That'll be fine. Look it up
Whatever.
when you get home, kids. Anyway,
Just if you don't like
if
if you don't like the content, just stay for the ads, please.
if you don't care what we're talking about, then you can fuck off. But if you enjoyed this, be sure to download this episode of the podcast and follow our Instagram page because it would really help us out. Please watch the ads because I really want to see that number of the amount of money we made go up.
If we hit $1, I'm gonna be very happy.
Yeah, that means we can split it 50-50 and we each get 50.
No,
Well, actually, I'll get 51 cents because you said I can have that penny for free.
you can just have the $1.
Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.